What's going on, guys? What's cracking? So today I want to go over some stuff here because it's going back to my Supra now. Kind of been very stagnant with it. Haven't even been making as much video, but just a couple of updates. I want to go over this because I'm sending stuff off to Jose. Again, that's kind of the biggest thing. The reason I've been kind of held up is just wiring and finding someone to do the wiring and do it all. Like I've talked about Jose doing it, but it's been very, that's what I'm looking for here. Just a little long process because no one really wants to do what I'm kind of like expecting to be done. And again, it's a lot to ask of someone. There's a few people who have done it, but again, it's a lot of money or a lot of work. So, I mean, to find someone to do it is just, it's hard. So I'm fortunate that Jose is going to take it on. But to do so, he realistically would need the car. Thankfully, he has another Supra, and I'm just gonna send him this entire fuse box. But here's the other problem is, let me just show you. So I'm gonna send him my entire fuse box setup, and it's just easier to do that way for lengths and everything else. Now, some of the problem with this is, it's, yeah, there's been quite a few wire, like I don't even know what happened here. I guess I just ripped that off, not even sure what that is, doesn't exist anymore. This, don't know what that goes to. I think this went to my horn. That's my ambient temp sensor, which you need for your HVAC light stuff. But you can see I've cut a lot of wires, and I thought I taped stuff up. Look at this. Look at all this wire, exposed wire in here that I taped off years ago. So I cut this harness to tuck it and extended wires. Look how I extended the wires for the switch over here. Like, look at this. I'm like 90% sure this under here does not look right. Like, this plug here must have been, look, that's fantastic. Like, just, I had no idea that even ripped. My AC was still working though. But I'm sending Jose all of this stuff so he can get the lengths right and figure out what we do and don't need. A lot of the stuff isn't needed anymore. A lot of the wiring inside of here is dead. A lot of stuff we won't need. We won't have a fuse box anymore. So because of that, we are just eliminating a good bit. You see how I had like stuff zip tied, tucked down, whatever. But what he is gonna need, again, is some of the stuff out of the fuse box itself. So if I pop this off here, he's gonna need some of these relays. The fuses don't matter, fuses are fuses, but he's just gonna need to rob some stuff off of it. It sucks, don't like cutting this up, but hey, gonna have to do it. Whatever's left over, we'll have left over. Big things are gonna be like these green and white connectors, but I think again, a lot of these green and white connectors, a lot of the wires going to it now won't exist anymore. Look how butchered up this is. I mean, look at that, that is horrific. I hate this connector. This is one I always fight with. It's at the very top, same with this one here. These both suck to get off. I hate doing that. It's not so bad on automatic, but when you have the clutch pedal, it just gives you like no room almost unless you remove the clutch pedal. I've done it multiple times now, but it sucks. Just like the way I've extended this here for the 97, 98 turn signals. Like, this is just terrible. Again, just none of this was done very well. This side only has 3 green plugs, that stuff there. Again, these plugs in the engine bay won't exist anymore. Just stupid stuff we're gonna eliminate and make it better. The reason we're doing this is because we're gonna go to a Haltech Nexus, most likely. Now, I'll be honest, I've looked at other ECUs too. We've looked at M-Tron, we've looked at Max ECU, we've looked at a couple of different options. The biggest reason I do like Haltech, first time they actually sponsored Cat's Car, and I got a really close relationship with the gentleman there, Nick Sisowitz, and he's just been awesome to deal with. And I really like having that customer service, and they're like, hey man, I'm having this trouble, can you please help me? And he always does. And it's not just him either, the other guys there help me too, but he's just kind of been my go-to guy ever since this all started. So I kind of want to keep that going. So if anyone wants to hear this, and anyone over at Haltech hears this, if you ever let Nick go, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to go to another ECU. Like, your biggest savior there, in my opinion, is Nick. And not saying the other guys aren't good too, it's just Nick is just so easy to work with. Just a cool dude in general. I just really like working with him. He always treats me really well, and he's super helpful. But I digress. What we're gonna talk about too is over my Supra is a couple other things we're gonna start doing now that I said I wasn't gonna do, and we're doing now. Well, here we are. I'm starting to take stuff off again that I already put on, so taking everything out, I guess we're gonna do this. We're gonna paint the engine bay or do something, I guess. I just need to go forward with it or clean it up because the subframe needs cleaned up. Like, the problem is with this car though, the whole car needs painted, so it's like, I just hate doing all this and be like, look man, the whole car needs done at once. And I hate to just half-ass it right now because you pop the hood and that looks great, but the rest of the car just looks terrible. So I'm like really torn right now. I'm starting to take stuff off and I'm like, do I continue doing this or not? Like, this is where I'm like, I'm very, very stuck right now. Big part of me wants to do it, but I'm getting into another one of these, not even do this 100% the way I wanted to. But it cost me a lot of money to do this. Like, I had a lot of sponsors, and don't get me wrong, but it's all the seals, everything else, you need to do it right. Like, there is a lot of money and stuff people don't see when you do this. Like, every seal, every rubber, You know, everything on this car needs to be replaced. All the rubber seals in this car are trashed. The glass needs replaced in this one. I mean, this car is hard to even see out of. Obviously, we'll replace this. The rear glass is okay, but you have to get another seal there. If I'm going to do it too, I have brand new headlights, so I'm like, well, I might as well put brand new taillights in it. You know, get the whole back half resprayed. It was already, we already shaved stuff years ago, so that's already done. But I'm like, do I go down this rabbit hole? Because then I really want to drop the front and rear subframe on this car. I'm like, do I go down this rabbit hole? Is this where we're heading? Because if I do that too, I need to take out all the interior again. So I'm like, if you guys can hear it in my voice, I'm really like, do I do this? Do I truly want to go down this freaking rabbit hole right now? Is this the headache I want? Because if this is the case, this won't be done in time for Cruise Week next year. My goal is right now that it has to be ready for Cruise Week 2023. Like, this car has to go. So I'm like, what do I do? I kind of want feedback from you guys. I'm going to keep messing with it here, but I'm just a little nervous / afraid of like, how far do I go here? Like, what do I do? I need your guys' feedback because the car's 50 shades of gray, so the whole outside needs painted. So it's a damn shame to just paint the engine bay, do all that work, and then go, well, shit, the outside still looks like trash. And maybe keep it like that's a rat rod look, but it's not because it's still painted, because like it's so chipped up. I'm sorry I'm rambling on, but what you guys see, like the door handles here are completely gone inside. All the plastics are faded. I mean, the paint is gone. This door isn't as bad, but you see where it's bad paint job here. It's just stuff that was not done right years ago. Under there is not right. A lot of the seals are torn. The paint here, dinged and dented and stuff. The paint like overspray. I think it's this door. You can't even think you see it right now. See if I can get it there. See that? Can you guys get it on camera? See if I can get this. Come on. See that right there? That's not water. Okay, so when Mako, whoever painted this years ago, you kind of see the runs in there. There's literally run drips. Like, it looks like they got wet and it's literally running down the side of the car. And then the driver's side is, whoo, sheesh, it is bad. Like, look at the edge of the door here, guys. Look, I mean, this is all chipped up. Look at the plastic here, look at the door handle again. This stuff I just overlooked. That's when people say, man, your car's clean. It's not. It really, bottom of my heart, just isn't. Door needs recarded or reset up. Needs new door cards and stuff. I got titanium bolts for all that, so this all would need replaced, or not replaced, all needs redone. I have to have it re-ceramic coated. Hate asking John to do that. He's already done 10 times more than he should have for me. Have most of the VINs on this car, but I'd probably just rip all the VINs off again. Seals are completely gone on this car. Seats need redone on this car. Just so much, I don't know. I'm rambling on at this point. Shoot, my allergies are killing me, but that kind of is the premises now of the video. I started doing, I'm like, what am I doing? Am I doing like I've done in the past, like just getting ahead of myself? Do I really want to go down this road again? I need that feedback from you guys. Do I really want to do this again? I wish I had another shop. I know you have plenty of room, Ryan, but when you got your kids' stuff in here and everything else and other people coming in, I'm especially another shop to like have this sitting in and just like have that as my dirty shop and just start doing body work and things of that nature. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Plus we want to finish the basement, so I can't just store everything down there like I did in the past. So yeah, it puts me in a bit of a predicament. So I want to know what you guys think. And I thought about PDM the car, so if I take it all apart, it's like, well, why don't you just PDM the whole car? Meaning that let's get rid of all of it. Let's replace everything and just do it all. So that's where I'm like, rabbit hole after a rabbit hole after a rabbit hole. I don't want to do that, and I'm just want to enjoy the car because I know I'll get to the point where this is just miserable. So let me know what you got. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. As I just said all that stuff to you guys, I started taking more out. Just test fitting here. Was making some AN lines because I'm gonna take this here, the Freed Engineering overflow tank. I'm gonna bring it over like so. Usually I bring it over, down and up, but this is such a direct mount. It's gonna be just like that, straight fitting with a 90 degree here. But I'm taking it out. I just talked to my painter, Travis Beaver. He's like, yeah, man, just take all this stuff out. I'm gonna paint the engine bay. So take the rest of it out now again, and I guess we're gonna paint the whole engine bay. So I gotta drop the subframe and all that stuff out. Not gonna be nearly as nice as my wife's car. Is it, honey?
Oh no, don't show me on camera.
Oh, she doesn't want to be on camera, guys. Why? We're gonna paint the whole engine bay. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still doesn't look like a minivan.
You're not, my wife wants a damn minivan. You see her, I'm hearing, do you see what I deal with, guys? She's so pretty, I love her. Gotta take the pump off, gotta decompress that, and then start dropping things out. Take the tank off here, take out the brake booster, which I already had painted. I think I'm actually gonna paint this now black. Couple things, and then take the brake lines out. Thank God they're already made too. Yeah, hopefully this isn't too hateful. I'm like looking forward to this, but I'm also not looking forward to this. So we'll see how it goes.
He wants more 50 Shades of Grey.
Really? I just told him it is 50 Shades of Grey. It's almost like a rat rod almost. It's
not one color like that one.
No, that car's beautiful. Look at that.
It's like its owner.
Well, that's me then, right? I'm beautiful, because you're definitely not talking about yourself.
Oh, got beautiful locks like I do.
Leave my hair alone. See, guys, this is abuse at this point. All right, guys, we're gonna start taking this apart. Now I'm gonna need therapy. Well, in the last 15 minutes, I removed all the AC compressors over there, and I'm already beating out all of these. So these here go away. You beat those out. I put brand new ones in when I do this. So this one's here's gotta. Oh, that one goes away. I think there's a couple more of them. But there's the kind of holes we have to save. That's why I want to record this one here. You can see I replaced that one. Pop that one out. I bought brand new ones, which I actually have in the box from when I did Kat's car, so that works out well. Remove that bracket. Hate that bracket there. Smooth this out some. Okay, continue on. This is, yeah, I took the bracket off over there too. I'm gonna get that powder coated because I didn't because it had AC in it. Gotta do that. Have to drill out that plate so we can paint over it. Only thing that's bothered me, again, maybe some advice from you guys, what you all recommend here. Put that down there real quick. Here's where I have a dilemma too. When I paint the engine bay, this will all be beautiful, but the fender would be this. So do I give him the fenders too and he paints like the inside lip of this? I don't know how that works or what you would do or recommend. Let me know, guys. Yeah. Still not sure what to do about these either because they've turned like, they're anodized, but I'm thinking about getting them powder coated because they've turned like purple over time. I love those drift motion mounts, or I might just get some Powerhouse Racing ones. All right, guys, so got the bumper off now, and it's nice. It's like super bumpers are so easy. For anyone's watching, it's not a super person. Two there, especially once you start eliminating stuff. Take those clips that go across the top there that hold the bumper up. A lot of people don't even use those. When you really think about it, most super bumpers are only held in with those two and those two 10 millimeters, and that's it. Because I see most Supras I've worked on now don't even put those retainers back in. It keeps it from, see how it sags down right now? It keeps this up and taut. I always put it back in. And now I had this bumper painted a couple years ago, I probably put 20,000 miles on, but look at all the dirt debris that's up in there. This was completely cleaned off. You can see some of the body work, putty or whatever the heck that overspray. I thought about having this resprayed again, kind of unsure, but we'll see here. So got that off, gonna take the intercooler out, take out this too. Probably gonna replace this because again, I hit that when I did my first engine swap. The engine came out and went whoom and smacked it. It never leaked and my AC's worked this entire time, but it's one of those things, if we're gonna go ahead and do this, let's do it now. Probably gonna have the rack rebuilt also. I heard that's, if you have the original one, it's not too bad to have it sent out. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong there, but I heard it's not too horrible. So I'm probably gonna do that too. This intercooler is freaking massive on this car. Just look at that. Good God. That thing is huge. I absolutely love it. PHR's 4.5 inch intercooler. I got a lot out. Again, it's crazy how fast you get this stripped down. So next up, what I'm gonna do is actually take the intercooler out, then I'm gonna take the brackets out here, then take it inside just because it'll make it easier. I'm gonna take this entire bracket off, have it repainted, and I'd like to clean up these brackets. Gonna take this out, replace it. Again, all that stuff's gotta come out too, but that stuff's not as crucial. I can do that once I put it on the lift. Trying to do as much as I can over here, and I also wanna get the fenders off along with that there today. One thing I also am doing too is, took all these brackets, get them powder coated. I know I'll need to put them back on, but go and get them powdered now. Like, I'm gonna take these fenders off too. It's going down a rabbit hole. Other thing with these Powerhouse Racing intercooler, it only has 3 mounts here, here, and then one underneath. I do like it mounts here. Most of them mount right here, and you can see how flexible this is. There's way more meat here. It's a little bit more of a pain in the ass to get it mounted up, but once it's mounted up, it's way more secure. I feel a lot better with it. Even right now, it's not even bolted up on the top or bottom. That's how tight it is. Just a much better design. So let's pull this off. This is another thing too. We're gonna have to pull all these lines out. I'm gonna clean them all up, paint them. Again, I'm gonna replace this whole thing here, put a new dryer in it, or it's, what's that called, dryer? I don't know what the fuck it's called, but do whatever. Probably gonna have this hole welded shut, this, and this also, just because I don't need it. That one there, don't need. Just try to get rid of as many as I can because I just don't need them. So let's pull this sucker off. See if I actually set this up real quick. See if y'all can watch me pull this sun gun off. Ugh. Woo. Whoa, Black Betty. Bam, bam. Whoa, Black Betty. Oh my God, that's a big bitch. Good Lord.
Reminds me of my girlfriend, that thing's huge.
Just to remind myself too, these spacers go in there like that too, so that's how it goes. I just put it on. Again, it's just 10 millimeters to hold up there. It's pretty amazing how this big ass intercooler can be held by that. I mean, that's all hers is really held up with too, but we use these tabs, which sucked. I also need to take these brackets off here too. I hate how long that is. Top one there and the bottom one. Little crusty, so. Oh, get off that bracket over there, and then just like so. Just don't get that stuff on your hand, it will burn. Ask me how I know. So do that one, and this one here should just pop off also. Come on. Oh no, that one's got a lot more in than I thought. Crap. Move the car back up, put the customer car back inside, going out to dinner tonight. We don't let customer cars sit outside. We just don't do it here. Anyways, so next thing I gotta do though is take off these mounts. And when I did Kat's car, I also painted these. So I'm gonna do that also. You can see here, I've got these stainless steel nuts, which actually aren't big enough. They don't have a big enough face on them. So I'm gonna get a custom or the factory nut to go there. These are the factory bolts that go here. And it helps line it up. So you do want to use those. There's a reason why they're like that. But you also have to disconnect this to feed this out. I believe you have to actually disconnect it from up here. So I gotta take a look at that. So once I unbolt these, I should be able to see that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that here tonight. Yeah, we're gonna fix some things. Like I remember doing that. Look at that touch-up paint I did back in the day. Just things that I just were atrocious back in the day. Just not smart, not the best ideas. Take that plastic out there. Just things I didn't think about. And again, I'm doing stuff I didn't even do in Kat's. Like I actually unbolted this piece here on her car. I left it. I should have taken it off and I didn't. I almost want to do the whole car now. I'm going down the rabbit hole. How this video started versus how it's ending is totally different, guys. It's amazing. I put my foot in my mouth, but that's the fun of doing YouTube. I get to do whatever I want. So yeah. So next up, we are taking these mounts out. So this one and this one here, you have 2 bolts that go in here, and then there's a stud that goes through here. Those bolts you want to keep, or you can buy them new, I believe. They are centering style bolts too. So if you see, they have like this weird big head on, but they are centering bolts because those latch down your hood. So that's one thing I can't put titanium. I'm going to replace a lot of these bolts on this car, like stuff like here, the stuff in here. I'm going to do it all titanium just because if we're going to do this, I want to go all out. Big shout out to Dress Up Bolts for supporting me through all this. This is awesome. I'm beyond pumped right now. So yeah, I'm going to start replacing all that stuff. I'm also going to get some new bolts or see what to do here. I'm not sure if I should get this just powder coated black and then buy new bolts in here, because maybe this should be powder coated silver, because black brackets wouldn't make sense in a silver engine bay. Or can you just buy those brackets new? I don't know. I got to look into it. I've been doing a ton of research, so I'm excited. Like these brackets down here will be black or silver. These are all water spotted up now. I just put that on the other day. Now I'll take it back off here when I drop it. And these brackets I put on too, they're already powder coated brand new, but they're just dusty from sitting in here. But take it all off, put those all off. I think about either this will be black or silver. I don't want to leave it raw, I don't think. What your guys' feedback, that'll be black, of course. And it needed done, so this gives me an excuse to do it. And I don't know how much I'm going to shave in the engine bay. Some holes I want to get rid of, but some I think I am going to leave these now. Like some of these bigger holes, like this is going to stay, this is going to stay. I didn't know how crazy I wanted to go. I don't know, kind of want your feedback on that, guys. Like you got the big holes back there, but I kind of like that to access some stuff. Yeah, it's still Supra. I don't want to shave too much and then regret it. So we'll see. But going back to this bracket here, so to feed this all out, you can see I can't get it through there, right? Can't feed that out. And you don't disconnect it from here. You have to disconnect it from in here, and it does kind of suck, I'm not gonna lie. To do it though, I believe you have to take this apart. I gotta look here. I'll find out here and show it in the video so you guys have the information. But there is a way of doing this. I forget how I did it on my car, so I have to look, but I have to pop it out of here. So hold on here. You have to pop this out, and then there is a piece inside of here, which it won't focus on, that you kind of got to loop and latch around. So I want to make sure I record that or show you guys. So when you're looking at this here, you have to pull this out. So this brown piece here is sitting like right in this area and then slides in. Okay, you've got to loop this thing up and out. So if you can see that little C-hook looking thing right there, this goes up and over, or it goes under and over. So you got to put this ball, when you go to put it back in, you're going to put it over, come down inside of it, loop it up in for the lock mechanism to work again. It's not a perfect science, and it's not the easiest thing on earth. I'm hoping I can show you guys when I take this one out here. Actually, I should be able to slide it out and show you here. Give me 1 second. Had to turn the music off there. It's probably still going to get demonetized. Barely get paid anymore doing this stuff, but oh well. So if we look down in there, brown piece slides in there. This is C-hooked in, and you can see the little ball down there. That's all it does. So when that unhooks and latches and stuff, you see the little ball there? That's all it does. It doesn't do anything crazy. It just pulls up against the back side of that C-hook and then pulls on the latch. So all you're gonna do, see if I can do this one-handed here. Let me set up my camera real quick. I'd like to show you guys this. So you're gonna pop this out, pop it out, okay? And inside, we have that little C-hook, so I'm gonna press down on the wire itself. So I'm gonna press down this wire, put it up and around it, and it should pop right out. Whoops, move it around a little bit. And there we go, and that pops out then. See that there, guys? That's all it is. Now this is off completely, and now this will slide out, take my time, and that is completely out of the car. Now, this here, you're gonna keep all together, try to keep the plastics in as best order as you can. Try to save these clips too, not break these if possible, because you're gonna need to pop them back in. Now, what you're supposed to do is take out the stuff underneath the fender here. I'm gonna take the fender off first, instead of trying to weasel my hand up in there. I can pop this fender off since I have to take it off anyways. I'm gonna take off these hood latches too. When I painted my wife's car, I left these on. I think this time around, I'm actually going to take those off, and I'm gonna take these off and have these painted separately too, and then we'll put the titanium bolts back on it then. That's the way I just plan on doing it, at least. Let me know if you guys think otherwise. Another thing I'm doing here too is taking out these rubber seals. So there's a rubber seal that went there. There's these plastic covers, sticky tape, that went in like spots like this. So I'm taking these all out when I kind of record this too, so I can see where some. What's weird is this side should technically have some also, but doesn't. There's supposed to be ones that stay up here too, but they never do. So the back ones here will come out. This, see if I can pick this one off. This doesn't come off as easy, but there's a ton of rubber ones over here. Like see all these here? Boom, come on, Jimmy, pop out of there. There we go. Big one right here. Ouch, that hurt. So, and there's a bunch along the frame here. So if I sit that there, one right there. Again, it's to keep moisture and crap from getting inside of it, which I probably should get some for Kat's car. Do that one there. And again, there's certain things I'm gonna be taking off too. Like, I wanna clean this up, but I probably won't go as crazy, but I'm gonna take off like this here. That literally does nothing. That there and there literally covers absolutely nothing. I don't know why they did it, but it's there. Pop this one out. Come on. Oh my goodness gracious. Get that one. Come on, that one. Look at all these rubber seals. I think there's a couple other ones. I'll just have to make sure I don't miss them. There's one here. Again, I'll do a good once over the whole car. Over there's one. Oh man, that's a hard plastic one. I have to get it. But like the ones up against the body, I'll leave those. Or maybe I'll pull that out. I don't know. I think I left it actually on Kat's car. But yeah, I'll have to get the one underneath. That's a harder plastic one. And when I do the brake lines here, I think I'm just gonna bend those out of the way. I'm not sure. I'll take the fuel line fittings and the fuel filter off there so we can get overspray on it. Yeah, trying to remove as much as I can, and I wanna fully tape it off. Now the wheels won't be on the front, but I wanna make sure the back half of the car doesn't get sprayed. I hate overspray. Drives me crazy, so I'm trying to prevent that. I already ripped off this bracket years ago, and now I'm taking off this one. This is spot welded in. It didn't come off as well as I would have liked, so we're gonna have to weld these shut here and then grind it smooth, and then we'll work all this out. So we'll have to use some filler here, maybe weld these holes to weld this, weld this, weld this. Get a lot of those taken care of. I don't like to remove or do more than I have to. We'll eliminate these holes here, so weld, get rid of this here, smooth this out some, because again, don't need it. Don't need that there. Just trying to get rid of some of the holes. Now, I always worry about the frame, so I'm curious about that. So start taking out the brake lines. Now took out the back one there and just put some rags down because there's a little residual from it. I actually cleaned out the one brake line, put over there, and actually just put brake cleaner through it. Gonna take out the one there, and then I'll take those ones off on the side when I take them off, when I take the wheels off. Again, I just don't feel like doing it here. I got a lift. I'm just not trying to make my life harder than it needs to be. So I'm just gonna dust this stuff off. I'm thinking about, I thought about painting this, but again, brake fluid and anything drips down, it's just gonna bubble off and that'll piss me off. Same thing over here, like this bracket, again, it's tucked away, but I thought about powder coating that. But it's very close to the brake booster. You actually can see a little indent in it. There ain't much room there. It definitely is damn close. That could probably machine back some. I'm not sure if that's possible. I guess it has it like this because of that there, so it seals up. But yeah, so that's pretty much right. And I actually capped this off, so it's still got fluid in it, see? But I have these little caps I put on it to keep the fluid in it, so when I go to bleed it again, it's a lot freaking easier, so it doesn't let all the fluid run out. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist. Again, bagging, tagging, and starting to figure out parts I need to buy. And don't want to spend any money, so trying to do as little as possible and trying to tell myself, what do you need to do? What do you want to do? And what is just, okay, Ryan, like that's ridiculous. So I'm trying to like weigh my options of what I think needs to be done while the engine's out, while we're painting it. it'd be nice, but if I don't have it, it's okay. And the other stuff is like, really, unless you're getting it sponsored, Ryan, don't fucking do it. So that's where we're at today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate all the support, guys, and have a great day. Peace.